Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I am here in Ponytown and this speed build. Some of you guys might recognize this gameplay footage or whatever. I'm sorry, I have to reuse it. I've been too sick to really play the game and get new footage or anything like that. That's why I've been gone for like an entire week not uploading anything. But today we're going to be looking at a wish list. This is a wish list that I put together mostly of ideas and things like that that would definitely super greatly improve the ability to sort of make mini games in Ponytown. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that the developers can make mini games out of this or whatever like that. I mean, technically they could, I guess. But basically, go into your party island, put down some tiles, and make yourself a board game or something like that. That's kind of what I mean. Now, a lot of these will actually help with making these yourselves at home. So let's go ahead and get started with the list at number 1 here, which is customizable build menu categories. Now this one isn't necessarily going to help you make new board games and like tabletop games and little mini games and things like that here in Ponytown, but what it will do is it will help you stay organized, and it will help you in very, very special specific cases when it does involve mini games and things like that. For example, there is one mini game where you do a certain thing, boom, you have to place this item down. You do another certain thing, you have to place this item down, etc., etc., etc. So if you were playing a game like that, you could make a special build menu category that is just those items, and then you don't have to search that item a million times in your build menu every single time it's time to place that item down, right? So that would definitely help with that. It's also just helpful in many other cases. It's just an overall good thing because it's going to make it a lot easier to find what you're looking for. You could also have like a recents tab or something like that in the customizable build menu, and that would probably be enough, but customizable build menu categories would be very, very lovely to have. Now, number 2 is a little bit complicated. This is where we get into some of the complicated stuff. It's not going to be, there's a couple of simple things on here too, but this one's going to be a little bit complicated. So basically, is a card command. So /card, and it would draw out of a 52 card deck of standard playing cards. So you do /card, and then boom, you get like an ace of spades, or maybe you get a diamond jack or something like that, right? So just random stuff like that. You could also do something like /card 5 or something like that, and it would draw 5 cards from this deck. I think this could be super helpful because it would obviously open up the ability to do more mini games and things like that. Other players obviously see this as well, just like the dice command. It's very similar to that. I think it could, I think it would be perfect because this would increase the chances of you actually being able to play these card games and things like that in Ponytown, and that's just going to make everything a lot easier for a lot of people. Now, you could argue that you could just roll 52 and then boom, 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 you got them, but that's just so complicated to do because a 52 card deck isn't like specifically 52 different cards. There's only X amount of different cards, and then there's 4 versions of each of those cards, right? So that's not really going to work in this case. So a card command would definitely help a lot. I would love to see that. It could be fun to come up with all kinds of games and stuff like that of like, oh, you draw these 3 cards, this, that, or whatever happens. All kinds of interesting things you can do with that. Now, I would also really love it if we had all 52 cards as a placeable item. But I feel like that might be a little overkill because that is a lot of items. That is 52 items. Now, one way you could do it, of course, is to have 4 different kinds of cards, like every different kind of ace. So an ace of spades, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, a club of aces, or whatever like that, and then have them be paintable so that when you paint it, it turns into the other cards that are in that suit. So I think that could be a way to go about doing that or something like that. I don't really know, but I would really love to have cards or this card command. I think the card command is definitely a lot easier to do than the other thing. So let's go with that. And speaking of stuff like that, we're going to move on to the third thing. That's right. We're moving on to the third thing. I don't know why I decided to transition that way, but here's the third thing. Chess pieces. I don't know why we don't have chess piece items in Ponytown yet. People have been trying to play chess in Ponytown ever since like we had island customization, or ever since we had house customization, because we had party house customization and then we got the whole island afterwards. But the chess pieces, why don't we have those as objects that we can place on our island? It'd be really cool, especially if we could turn them into like 6 different colors or something like that. If we could turn them into white, black, red, green, orange, blue, etc., etc. It'd be really cool if we could do that. So just give us those chess piece items. These chess pieces can of course be used in other games as well. They don't have to be used in chess. But there's a lot of chess fans that play Ponytown. Some people play it in Ponytown right now, but they use random objects to represent each piece, and that just gets too confusing and too weird and strange, and it's just a whole mess. So give us the chess piece items and let us be on our merry way. It's not that many pieces. It's only like 9 pieces or something like that. I don't even think it's that many. But yeah, there you go. Now, this is something that might help with mini games and things like that. It also might not. It would definitely help with building and customization and things like that. And that is the ability to turn off objects that float. So what I mean by this is basically if you have like a little cucumber or a banana or something like that and you put it in the water, you should be able to find some kind of way to toggle that to where it doesn't float. It just stays there. It doesn't bob up and down. It just stays there. It just stays in the sky almost, but not really. It's on the water and it's just flat. It's not bobbing up and down or anything like that. I think that'd be really cool if we could toggle that for different objects and stuff like that, because that would definitely help with you know, bridges that you're trying to build in Ponytown. This would help with certain things that you need to do with water, where it keeps bobbing and it's just making it look ugly. Boom, now you can turn that off and it's not doing it. I think that could be a really cool thing. Now, this last thing is very simple, super simple, and it's something that people have wanted for a very long time, and I think it's about time we get it because we have so many objects in the game now. I think we need an inventory of some kind. Now, it doesn't need to be a super massive inventory or anything like that, maybe 10 objects or something like that, that we can just summon whenever we want because we have them in our inventories or something like that. Now, you'd obviously still have to go out and get them and everything like that to have it in your inventory before you can summon it out of your inventory, but I think an inventory just makes so much sense. This is obviously something extremely helpful for different mini games and stuff like that. With this in mind, you could actually legitimately have a case where, oh, I have X things in my hand and you have X things in your hand, and then we take turns playing these things from our hands and drawing or something like that, and it goes into our inventory, which is our hand, and that can create all kinds of opportunities for different mini games there, of course, as well. So really, take of that what you will. These are a handful of ideas here, 5 ideas I think that would definitely help with, you know, like adding more mini games, making more mini games and things like that. We need more options than this. These are the only 5 that I could think of right away, but hey, if you have any ideas of things that might help or improve or making mini games in Ponytown easier, then let me know in the comments below. But for now, I'm going to conclude the video here and I'm going to go pass out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.